Xolani, the speculation has been doing the rounds for some time. People calling for the president to make changes to his cabinet, for the axe to be wielded. And what we have seen is literally just some reshuffling.
What I witnessed last night was a very successful coup by Cyril Ramaphosa, president of the country. And now in our country, there is only one super minister who is our super president. And so we have witnessed the centralization of the government and at the same time the privatization of our state. And we are stateless and we are under a dictatorship of only one department, and that department is the presidency. And so there was no reshuffling, but there was a coup that happened.
That's a very scary idea. And just visually, should we be getting worried?
I think we have to be very worried if we have such a powerful presidency that's got all the departments under his armpit. Let me give you an example. For the mere fact that Minister of State Intelligence is in his office, we need to be very worried. For the mere fact that he told us that our country to be rescued from economic shambles, we need to embark on infrastructural development. And if that department in his office, we need to be very worried because we have to ask ourselves, really, what is the use of all these other departments? And moreover, if you have listened carefully in his State of the Nation address, when I'm saying he has privatized the government, he created a number of commissions and committees that have to look at water, at this and that. And all of these committees are answerable to him. And also, recently, he has also appointed an economic envoy. That's where you find Jackie Murray and you find Xhubera Dube, you find Jonas and the others, And all this, we as South Africans, we have to ask ourselves why the president is centralizing the government. Clearly, it shows that he's no longer willing to negotiate for any approval, but he just wants to put his signature and things happen. And so we thought that democracy is about decentralization of government and make the state be accountable to its citizens. But this is an antithesis what we witnessed last night. And moreover, the same president, he was telling us that his own organization is accused number one when it comes to corruption. He even referred to his members as hyenas who scavenge on poor people who are gullible. He said that on the 21st of August 2020 when he was talking about the PPEs. This is the same organization that has been telling us about the RDP of the soul. This is the same organization that's been telling us about the new cadre. And the same president, what he did last night around Godongwane and around Sibongiseni Dhlomo, and even about Zizi Kodwa. These are tainted people. The public protector has got reports about them, about Sibongiseni Dhlomo. The public protector has got a report about Sigile Mbalula. We know it very well what Zizi Kodwa did and what has been and what has been written in newspapers. And we know it very well, the shady past of Godongwane. And we have to ask ourselves, is this president really still accountable to us or not? Or is this president still read from the same script about what do we mean in relation to ethics and moral leadership in our country? The simple answer is no. Hence I am saying he is a dictator. Last night it was a coup. We as South African citizens were just docile spectators.
Now, Xolani, let's speak about one particular appointment where, a lot of reaction from people and from opposition parties has been positive with regards to the former deputy minister who is now the Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Patel, who's been in that role as Deputy Minister for a number of years now, both under Dr. Aaron Motsoaledi and then Dr. Zweli Mkhize. The call for the deputy minister roles has been for them to be removed or to be abolished. What are your views, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic?
Look, there's no need for these ministers. I mean, I think the president is supposed alone to run this, and I feel sorry for these ministers because when you talk about COVID, look at the business side of COVID. Who's really providing the business side of COVID? It's Aspen. And we know it very well that Aspen is being alleged that it's the same company that funded our president, And so you ask yourself that what made Zweli to be pushed in this particular manner? Everyone knows very well that there was that thing of non-disclosure fund where pharmaceutical companies wanted to dictate when it comes to the issue of distribution of vaccine in our country. They never wanted to take responsibility. Not saying that Zweli, his hand also was not in the cookie jar. It's not only him whose hand was found in the cookie jar. All of them, And so that's why I'm saying President Cyril Ramaphosa, I think here, is on a mission, and his mission is executing it very well. And so any person that he appointed, let me tell you something, he's not going even to cough because those people they're saying they don't want to cough so that they don't offend the president. They would rather be quiet and secure their livelihoods. Because in the ANC nowadays, when you talk to these ministers, they talk about their pension to say, look, I don't want to do anything, I need to secure my pension, And so if you have people who look for themselves, not for the interest of the nation, we are in deep crisis.